Terence Bud Crawford absolutely blast Danny Garcia. Stay tuned. Coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
I went up to 147 when I won a title. I did the same thing Terence Crawford just did. With harder opponents. And I'm being an underdog and never been top 5. I did the same thing he did. I did it first.
I don't know.
Right? I beat Amir Khan, Lucas Matisse. Terence never beat nobody that good at 140.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So I want to talk about Terence Bud Crawford blasting Danny Swift Garcia. Danny Swift Garcia did an interview, and he said that he did the same thing Terence Crawford did. He said Errol Spence is overrated. He said I unified at 140. I beat the likes of Amir Khan and Lucas Matisse. I beat tougher competition down at 140. He said, yeah, I never did it at 135, but I did it at 140. I did the same thing Terence Crawford did, but yet I can't get rated as a pound-for-pound fighter. He said it's unbelievable. In his mind, he's top 5 pound-for-pound fighter all time. He says that, I mean, not all time of this time. Right now, he considers himself top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. Terence Crawford then responds and says, you never did what I did. I became undisputed at 140. You never became undisputed, and I fought the guy that you was afraid to fight. And Victor Postals, who's he alluding to? He said, I could go on and on. This is Terence Crawford. I could go on and on about your resume. He said the only fighter I give you credit for is Amir King Khan. That's it. That's all. Now, in my opinion, you know, I do give Danny Garcia credit for Lucas Matisse because most people had Danny Garcia the underdog in that fight, picking Lucas Matisse to win that fight because Lucas Matisse was an absolute machine at that point in time. He was disposing of anybody at 140. He lost the controversial decision to Zab Judah, but after that, man, he went on a streak, man. He was absolutely dominating everybody. He knocked out Lamont Peterson. You know, he was on a roll, man. Lucas Matisse was something special at that point in time at 140. Not the version of Lucas Matisse we see today. But the version of Lucas Matisse we see today happened to have lost to Victor Postol, the man that Terence Crawford is referencing to that Danny Garcia avoided. Victor Postol was the first man to stop Lucas Matisse, and he beat Lucas Matisse pretty bad in that fight, outboxed him. Everybody was remembering how Danny Garcia struggled with his last two opponents, one being Rod Salka and Mauricio Herrera, right? And he struggled with those opponents, and then from there on, everybody, you know, alluded to the fact that he was avoiding Lucas Matisse, Victor Postol, because Victor Postol at that point in time was on the streak himself, stopping Lucas Matisse. And the way he did it, the way he beat Lucas Matisse was impressive. You know, he had a long jab. He's very tall. He's very disciplined and accurate in his punches. So everybody felt like Danny Garcia was avoiding Victor Postol, and that's when he started to gather the name of cherry picker. You know, he started being labeled the cherry picker because he avoided Victor Postol, and then he moved up in weight. You know, Terence Crawford took that action. You know, Terence Crawford at that time, I know a lot of people don't remember, but Terence Crawford was going back and forth with Danny Garcia saying, let's make the fight happen. You know, they fought in the amateurs. I believe Terence Crawford beat him in the amateurs, and I'm not sure, but I'm hearing that I believe that Danny Garcia did win one, so I think they fought twice in the amateurs, and it's 1-1, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Terence Crawford absolutely blasted him. Says you didn't do what I did. I became undisputed at 140. Danny Garcia alluded to the fact that Terence Crawford hasn't fought anybody, and there's nobody down there to fight. You know, he's not blaming his competition, but he's saying he didn't fight the fighters that Danny Garcia had to fight. Now, you know, to Danny Garcia's defense, he does have a pretty decorated resume at 140 because he did fight Lucas Matisse, he did fight Zab Judah, he did fight Amir King Kong, Lamont Peterson, Eric Morales. I don't really give him too much credit for Eric Morales because that wasn't the same Eric Morales. Eric Morales came up in weight. nonetheless, you know, Eric Morales was a lower weight class fighter when he fought the likes of Marco Antonio Barrera, Juan Manuel Marquez, Manny Pacquiao, that version of Eric Morales. That was at the lower weights. When he moved up in weight, he wasn't the same guy. So I really, you know, not to say he didn't beat him, because he beat him twice, but, you know, it just wasn't the same version of Eric Morales that we was used to. It wasn't the legendary Eric Morales that fought in the lower weight classes that beat Manny Pacquiao from pillar to post the first time. But he did have, you know, a pretty decorated resume down at 140, you know, but you know, once it came to Victor Postol, man, he lost a lot of credit, man, for not fighting that man. And then Terence Crawford stepped up and fought that man. And Terence Crawford called out Danny Garcia at those times. So, you know, this is a fight that should happen and could happen. Now that they both campaigned at 147, the only excuse they have is Danny Garcia is a PBC fighter and Terence Crawford is a top-ranked fighter, Bob Arum. So, you know, this fight could happen. We know that Danny Garcia has a fight coming up on September 8th versus Showtime Sean Porter, which is not an easy fight by no means. It's actually a 50-50 fight. I'm having a hard time picking who's going to win the fight, you know, so every day it switches in my mind. So, you know, and then after that, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be looking forward to Errol Spence fighting the winner of that fight. But Errol Spence is going to have a fight coming up soon with Mikey Garcia, so hey, who knows, man? Maybe Terence Crawford gets the win of that fight prior to Errol Spence getting the win of that fight. And if Errol Spence, you know, fights Mikey Garcia later in the year, and Danny Garcia wants to get a fight in early in the year, he could fight. Should he be victorious versus Sean Porter in the beginning of 2019, we could get Danny Garcia versus Terence Crawford. You know, who knows? But that's all I got, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shouts out to the LDBC, Lions Den boxing community. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. It's your boy Blue. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love. Mwah.